Hello, my name is Stefan Klambaneva, and I'm here sitting in my apartment, like everybody else, social distancing, trying to mitigate the pandemic, coronavirus. And so I thought I'd share with you during these tough times some research I've been doing the last couple of years that may help us all in becoming better designers. I'm going to talk about how to become an augmented designer. So I guess the question is there a way to develop a design in augmented reality? Can you develop an experience in real time? Designers are really poised to enter a new realm where augmented reality can totally redefine the design process. Are you ready? So I describe myself as a hybrid systems thinking designer. I'm an ideator, I'm an inventor. I talk about being pie-shaped, the Greek letter pi as opposed to T-shaped. And I really am a first and foremost, a design value evangelist. So in talking about how to become a augmented designer, let me set the scene. Imagine if you could become like Tom Cruise. If instead of having a screen or wearing a headset, you could have holographic information, images, 3D objects, whatever, presented to you right in front of you. Now, again, the question I have for you is, what if you could eliminate the screen? What if you can eliminate the metaphor? You know, the idea that you're having to disconnect between what's in your mind's eye and, you know, what you're having to use to create that 3D image that's in your mind. In order to do that, I want to share a couple examples. And to start things off, I wanted to point out that we can draw parallels between Da Vinci's Renaissance period and our current transitional phase that we're living in today. We've gone from drafting and sketching to computer-aided design to cognitive augmented design. The maturity of the technology is at a tipping point that's moving us quickly into a new era for designers. And so just to define AR, I wanted to show these three examples. Most of the things that we see out there today that use this kind of technology are in that first one, the top, living your life in augmented reality. A couple of creative designers have been able to use augmented reality and a little bit of design to do some really cool stuff. Where I'm really interested in and want to share with you most today is designing directly in augmented reality. But I'm going to share examples of all three of these. So living your life in augmented reality to me means, you know, example, having information on the go. You're no longer like doing the zombie walk, as they say. You're not looking down on your screen as you're crossing the crosswalk, setting yourself for a dangerous car accident, but you're actually looking in front of you. Being able to have actionable insights when you walk into a store and make on-the-spot decisions. And then finally, play with somebody inside the context of your own room, your own house, in a new, creative, fun way. Those are the stuff that exists today. In the context of augmented reality and a little bit of design, here are some of the examples that I can highlight. You know, augmenting communication of business cases. So complex business cases can be illustrated more effectively. Contextually supporting case studies for disparate stakeholders that are kind of polar opposites that can really see something in real life and understand and come to a decision. And finally, just like we've seen maybe for those of you here in New York a couple years ago, you know, getting the ability to have a visceral emotional response to something in a new creative way, like with Game of Thrones. The most important thing for me, though, is to showcase the fact that we are now able to design directly in augmented reality. And what does that mean? That means augmented context. Seeing is really believing. Immersing yourself in a situation with all the little nuances makes all the difference. Supercharging empathy. For those that are not inherently designers, you can give them the ability to understand things in the context in which there should be. And finally, designing directly in 3D, where, like I said, you're eliminating the metaphor. There's no longer something that's a 2D screen projecting 3D images. So that's really what's important for me. The thing that's important that we must not forget is to make sure that you also maintain some balance. So for those that are in the tech world, they're saying it's all about the tech. It really isn't. There has to be a proper balance between technology, the usage, what's the business case, and does it work for the brand that you're talking to? But of course, the tech has to work. So with that sort of brief introduction, I hope you got a little bit of a better understanding of what it is to become an augmented designer. You really need to get yourself in there and play with it, check it out, and you'll find that it's really, really interesting. I hope that was helpful for you. Be safe, and thank you very much.